Okay, now what's going on here? You're claiming that rent went up. Nobody told me. Nobody had me sign a new contract. Now I got late fees because you're saying I'm not paying enough, and that rent has shot up to $610 a month. But what date did this shoot up?
That was back in March.
Back in March.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on month to month. So why didn't y'all give me a notice? I'm not on a full year contract. I'm on month to month.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I already talked to my boss about it, and he said that if you would like to speak to him, I can give you his direct number.
Okay.
So to talk to him, because I told him I was confused myself about yours, and he said, well, Marcia, who's his boss, was actually the one that made the decision to raise it back in March. And she would have, he specifically said that she would have gave you a notice on your door. That was what she did.
No, didn't receive a notice. Didn't receive anything. I'd have been in there to get that. I guess I'd have took that straight to my fiduciary.
Yeah. So he said, yeah, and he said since we're on a month to month, I don't need to. I guess we don't have to give you a printout every month of what your monthly thing will be since you're month to month.
Right.
So he said that was the reason why I guess you haven't been updated lately. But he said for our mistake, because I guess the girls that worked here before, Hannah and Shanika, they're the ones that made a mistake in the computer. So when Marcia, who was my boss's boss, when she came down and did the audit, she realized all these accounts were messed up, and she gave everybody concessions. So she gave you a $50 concession that expired at the end of November. So you had a $50 concession that took your rent back down to $560 because the girls had messed up. Instead of charging you $610, she just...
The rent was never that, period. That's what I'm saying. Rent was never that high, period. Even under contract, rent wasn't that high. Even month to month, when y'all increased it by 40, no, what was that, 60 bucks? 40 bucks? Yeah, increased it then by 40 bucks. That's what I'm saying. So how am I late on anything when the last contract I signed, which was a raise for 40 bucks? Yeah. So if they screwed up the system, I don't have any late fees. So that's what I'm saying. Something's not right here. Something's not making sense.
Yeah, because you're not, because this month would have been $610.
Okay, so like I said, why wasn't I notified prior to that rent went up to $610? When they
swears that she would have notified you.
She didn't.
I don't know anything about what they did back.
So the only thing I can do is give me a new contract and basically say this is what you have to pay. So then on top of that, that's what I'm saying. That's not making sense.
Yeah, but I can actually give you his number if you'd like to speak to him. To kind of maybe.
Cause I like to see my last contract for month to month.
Yeah, I can get that for you. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I don't know, do I rate for it? Yeah, it'll automatically be in there. When you move them in, it'll automatically be in there. And then you're what? You're on 108, right?
Yep.
Okay. Here, let me give you his number.
Mm-hmm.
That's my supervisor, because I've already spoke to him about this. Okay, so what it was is that the girls charged you the wrong rate for the apartment when you first moved in. How long have you been here for?
When I first moved in,
Yeah, like how long have you been here for?
I've been here for almost 2 years, 3 years.
Okay, so whoever moved you in, they quoted you the wrong amount, is what it was. And so when Marcia came down here and did our audit, she's like one of the higher up people, corporate. When she came down here and did the audit, she looked at everybody's account and realized a majority of them were wrong. You gotta approve your time. They she realized that the girls, this was back in March, gave you a quotation of what, 560?
No, that's an increase from what I was paying month to month. That wasn't a quote. That was an increase. You got to go with the contract before that.
Let me see.
Go with the contract before that. Contract before that was lower, then they increased it to 560.